So, we're going to talk about YouTube. YouTubers specifically exposing some of the secrets, some of the things that happened, and who you should look out for. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. A little bit different today, but if you are new, make sure you have subscribed, hit the bell button, and leave a like. It helps. So, specific cases, I'm not going to out individuals as such. I want to explain certain reasonings why the world as it is on YouTube works. Does that make sense? So there will be some mentions of people, but it's kind of obvious. I'm using them as an example. This is designed for you as a content consumer to understand how the YouTube world really works. How much we make, the amount of emails and crap we get, the amount of mentions that we get all over social media platforms, why we don't respond to you. Most importantly, the origins of why YouTubers do YouTube, so you can kind of understand it. I may reveal a few little secrets and tips and hints as well in terms of like how YouTubers operate, in terms of financing, in terms of influencer marketing, all kinds of good stuff, because I think it's important that you understand as a consumer who the bad actors are when they do not disclose information such as paid advertising, which you should know that by my channel because it comes up in the little corner. It will say paid sponsorship. You probably know exactly what company I'm talking about. So let's talk about it. I want to explain to you the first-hand element of being a brand, the origins, where it all began for me especially. I started in 2016 in terms of investing. Bit before that in terms of stocks, but in terms of cryptocurrency, 2016. I was on Facebook first, right? I grew a group on Facebook that's now got 25,000 people in a group teaching. The crypto mob, it was called, funny enough. A lot of people try and challenge why I use CM when other YouTubers have been around a lot longer than you. I just haven't been on YouTube as long. When we start talking about that, I then built a company called Learning Crypto. I'll show you that on the screen if you've not seen that before. I started teaching away from YouTube. I only started YouTube in 2019, early 2019 essentially, as a bit of a, well, let's give it a go. I did a little bit of content here and there, see how it worked. And then I went, right, let's just go for it. Let's be consistent. Let's do 3 videos a week. And then I went up to 5 videos a week. Crazy, right? Here I am. Hello, welcome. So that in itself is kind of my backstory. I was a bit late, essentially. I could have been around a lot earlier. Now, when we talk about those times, the bear market times where I was growing my channel, I'm going to put a punt out and say there was only about 50 YouTubers then, on especially for cryptocurrency. You had Crypto Daily, you had Crypto Like, you had Chico Crypto, you had Ivan on Tech, Martini Guy, Crypto Zombie. There's a few others, right? They're just give you an idea. Box Mining is another example. Superman, which I'm going to explain to him in a minute why he's probably not the best example. But it gives you an idea that there was people around, but not many. Now there's loads. When you go onto YouTube and you put in cryptocurrency, there's thousands of them, right? And they all don't come from crypto. They all come from Amazon FBA. They come from the stock market. They come from minimalization and how to get the most out of your money. Yes, they're all in crypto now. Weirdly, right? I know, it's mad. But that's one thing I want to start off with. People who you follow now will probably not be around in the deepest of the bear markets, right? Realistically, when you think about it. All the people that come from external sources and get in on the hype are just growing their user base to make money, capitalizing on you, in my opinion. That's obviously my opinion. However, just be careful. This is why I want to go over how to research, how to find out who's good and who's not via some tools on the internet as well, so you can find out old content. How long have they been doing cryptocurrency content for? It should be a big red flag to you that they've only just started doing content on crypto in the last 6 months. I mean, why not months before? Have you got the experience capacity to do educational content on cryptocurrency now? I've already said my backstory. I started in 2017. I started teaching then. I then did YouTube videos in 2019. It's a 2-year gap. Huge gap. But let's talk about it. Emails first. I've just counted it. It was painful. 55 emails per week on paid opportunities. Crazy. I know. 55. The inbox that I've created for this is separate to anything that I've got. It's simple. It's a new email address. It goes away from everything. There's already 1,500 emails in that inbox. That is madness, right? Now, people often go, well, why don't you reply? Well, I can't because I will not see you. I do not do many, if any, paid opportunities apart from the obvious that you've probably seen on my screens before. Now, when I talk about it, I've done YouTube now for what, nearly 3 years, pretty much, give or take. I've only done 3 paid advertisements, which is mad in itself, right? A lot of people do a lot more than that. I very, very rarely, because I don't see the point in doing it. The reason why I say that is because my channel is driven by my brand, and my brand is I will only put on my YouTube channel what I want to put on it because it's my channel. I will not cater for you as an individual because you want me to talk about your project, but I will also not cater to people answering to me and telling me what to put. I will only put what I use or have used in the past as a paid advertisement, which is why it is in one-hand digit kind of figures right now. There's no point. What is the point of me making money when I don't realistically need the money? It sounds dumb to say that, but I enjoy doing this. I enjoy teaching. This is why I do it. Why should I just become a cash cow for other companies to kind of make more money off my brand and I get a little bit for what they get? There's no point, realistically, is there? I will only do it if I have already used it, because why not? You know, if I'm willing to do it. This is why you see YouTube channels with the likes of Squarespace, Skillshare. Most likely they've used them. Most likely they're willing to do it because they've got some sort of relationship with them. They pay well. But that's where the big YouTubers are. It makes sense to do it that way, right? When we talk about paid advertisement, though, I know for a fact, this is a tip as well, every week this happens. Someone, somewhere, mentions everyone in an email. So I can see who gets the email. So it's kind of annoying. So all the big hitters that you can imagine are all like in the email toolbox, right? It's madness when you think about it. And when you think about that, it's a whole data breach, which is why I've made a separate email. This is totally separate away from everything. So there's no harm to anything. But realistically, I know exactly who's getting the email. Sometimes, this is where it gets funny. People reply to them. And when they reply, they reveal their price listings. They reveal everything. So I know there's a very, very big YouTuber out there, which you may or may not have heard of, has a price list. It's currently circulating on the internet for obvious reasons, because it's funny, and at the same time it's kind of obvious that they are trying to take the piss. 5-figure sums, $30,000 for a coin mention in a video. $30,000. FYI, I don't have a price list. I don't see the point of it. People often ask me, what's your price list? Don't have one. Why not? Because I probably won't promote you. Simple as that. But that is that. That is email marketing. That is the world of it. Influencer marketing, I have no issue with. Absolutely none. I understand people need to live. But other channels have bigger operations than what I do. But at the same time, if you have been promoted and belt-fed rubbish, it's going to dilute that quality of viewership, which is important to me. Moving on to the next bit, kind of already touched on it in terms of who's around, credibility. I'm going to say this right now. In the bear market, a lot of people that you will be watching right now, realistically, will not be here in a bear market. That dilution, and I already mentioned Superman. I remember watching Superman back in the day. I wasn't religious in watching him, but I liked his entertaining content at the time, right? Because he used to do a little bit different to other people. I used to watch Crypto Daily more, and I still do when he puts videos on there because I think his content's brilliant. But I used to always laugh at some of the stuff that Super would do because it was totally out of the normal. He used to go around London live streaming, which was madness in itself when you think about it. But he also did the wrong things in terms of his brand, and it hurt a lot. Realistically, it hurt a lot. Because what happens? Bull market, buy the top, all these coins. Let's do a course. Let's do a course revealing my top asset for 2018. Everyone buys it, makes a lot of money, and then boom. There's also a couple of people who have been arrested as well for breaching SEC laws, for unauthorized paid promotions, and basically ICO shilling. So that's important to note as well. So just be careful on that. There may be some YouTubers that might come into that category as well in the future. We don't know yet because the SEC are clamping down on stuff like that. It's not good, right? So when we talk about that, that's important. But for me, how much do YouTubers make? Well, we don't make much. Well, I don't. If I'm looking at adverts, as you can see, that is how much I made in the previous month. You don't make a lot. Right, this is why paywalls are efficient, such as Patreon. I've only just started a Patreon 2 months ago. Why? Because I want to give you the best quality content on YouTube live, publicly, and all the requests, all the kind of planning videos, all the price analysis videos that you want as a consumer, have it elsewhere. Because you are demanding and expecting that. It's better to put it somewhere else so I'm not getting literally used and abused, because I tried it publicly. Didn't work out. I was killing myself. It takes a long time to do these productions anyways, and at the same time trying to get everyone happy is impossible, so trimming it down makes more sense. In terms of production time, by the way, if you're wondering, I'm going to put up here kind of my daily activity, right? You can see it. I do 3 hours per day on a video. Literally, this takes 3 hours. The research part of it, the production, the editing as well, and then you got Twitter and other social media. I get so many mentions on Twitter. I get so many DMs. I used to get so many DMs. I've turned them off. I used to get like 30 a day. And people would like get really twiny at me and go, why don't you reply? Well, you know, if I got 300 comments on YouTube, you got 2,000 mentions or whatever in Twitter, you got 30 odd DMs, you got a Telegram group with 4,000 people in it, you got an email, you know, we get 55 emails literally per week on paid opportunities. Oh, become an advisor for come and join my podcast. I get it all, right? I turn pretty much all of them down because I have my own business. I have a business where I'm teaching people and I cannot just do everything. You know, it's impossible. So when people get a bit narky regarding how a YouTuber doesn't answer your question, or, oh, you're an idiot, you're right, twat. Doesn't matter. Realistically, you should be accountable for yourself, not a YouTuber. And that's the important thing. So I want to jump onto the screen. I want to go through a few little things in terms of how you can find stuff out. And yeah, this might make a bit of sense to you guys because you need to find out who is what and how people make money. And we'll go through a few channels as well in terms of just the obvious, in terms of what to look out for. Because I think it's right that you know. Right, I'm back. Hello. So on the screen, this is my company, Learning Crypto. It's just created overnight. This has been around since essentially 2017, as I said. One big red flag to find: money-making opportunities for an influencer when they've got a following. I.e., they will make a very expensive Patreon out of nowhere, randomly, which is about $80, $90, $100, which is ridiculous. Mine's 10, you know. In terms of courses as well, a lot of people create courses to try and catch that hype bubble, that hype cycle, to get as many people in to make money, and to potentially bugger off, right? This, as I said, has been around for a long time, so there's no need for that with me. It's been around. It's one of the longest established in the UK. That's the whole point of it. Longevity. I want to teach people. I don't want to just be a pop-up shop for Christmas, right? That's the thing. Pop-up shop for Christmas is going to be the biggest thing I'm going to be talking about very soon. As I've said, I think a lot of people will come into this space and they'll come out of it very quickly. The same with YouTubers, the same with all these old inactive accounts will go, oh, hello, boom, I'm back. Why are you back? Where were you when the prices were low? Yes, exactly, right? So in terms of this, let's have a little look at a few things, right? This is an old post, 7 months old, but it gives you an idea of people's kind of mentality. Looking through the comments, it's brutal. Now, I'm not trying to pick on certain individuals, but we will talk about them. So you can see here on the S tier, you know, for me, Ben Cohen is probably one of the best YouTubers out there in terms of analysts, in my opinion. You got Coin Bureau, probably the best in terms of educational, very concise and very simple to understand. I also really like Bob Lucas. I think some of his stuff is unbelievable. It's kind of like mirrors me a little bit in terms of like just calm everything down, take a chill and relax, right? That's kind of that mentality. Lark Davis has been on for a while as well, as I mentioned before. And you've got other honourable mentions there. This one is out of date. Nuggets News, you probably Google it. There's been a lot of issues with that one regarding money, exploitation, all kinds of stuff. Anyways, popular channels to avoid. As you can see, I don't have to explain them. You can imagine why. We are talking here to an audience of potentially brand new people. a lot of experienced people don't use YouTube, funny that, right? If you've been in the game for a while, you don't really use YouTube. I don't watch many YouTube channels. I watch a couple here and there just to kind of keep in the know. But at the same time, I don't tend to make a habit of it. That's the thing. Cryptocurrency, to get the content, I think YouTube is an educational platform anyways, realistically. All the stuff you can get on there is brilliant. But you, as a consumer of the content, you're going to get marketed to by it in a greed, by the clickbait, by the thumbnails, by what is said in the videos to make you invest because they've got an added interest to it. Now, here's another top tip and a reveal for you. Every YouTuber you listen to or talk to or want to be involved in around their ecosystem, stuff like that, don't hold all the coins that they say they do. If you're in my Patreon, you know exactly what I hold. You know it because I say in my videos sometimes. I'm a bit too honest, I know this. By the way, I don't hold this. Look at yesterday's video about Phantom. I didn't buy this. I should have done, but hey ho. I could have been like, I bought this, 100k. I've got 100x. Boys and girls, get in my Patreon. No, it doesn't work like that, right? That is a problem with the space. Be honest. And I am honest, luckily. Not everyone is. So you can imagine they're doing analysing videos every week of the same asset all the time. The chances are there's an added interest in there because either they're ever getting paid for it, B, they've got a load of bags of it and they need to try and get rid of it off you. You're the exit liquidity, basically. And yeah, you just got to be careful with that. So when you start seeing all these videos regarding, I do them all the time because it gets views and it allows me to talk and branch out and, give you an idea of what's looking actually quite good. 5 coins to moon. Obviously, I don't do it in that way. I do it in a different way. But the chances are within those, there's probably a paid sponsorship coin somewhere or another malicious reason for it. But a lot of the YouTubers that you talk to, or not so much talk to, but watch, don't actually hold the coins that they say they do. They will say it for the clout, but realistically, they've probably either had it, got paid for it, and binned it or whatever. It's just one of those things, right? But when we look through these comments here, you can see a lot of the things. I like that comment. Of who's good, who's bad. You've probably already seen one YouTuber that's getting absolutely battered here. It's crazy when you think about it, but that's the thing. I hate getting trolled. I hate getting hated because it's so, in my opinion, I think it's unjust. It's just one of those things. I take the piss. I toe the line with how I am certainly on Twitter, but at the same time, I'm realistic and I'm honest. That's the way I should be, and that's how I am as a human. But if you don't like it, there's no point taking out on a YouTuber. They're just doing content. It's down to you. You're the individual. You're the one pressing the trigger at all times, right? Moving on to the other one, let's talk about it. I've already mentioned his name a little bit, but we'll talk about clickbait, toying with crypto beginners to make a quick buck. Maybe, maybe not, who knows, I don't know. But at the same time, we all know he's got TikTok, he's got a Lambo. Chances are that wasn't through investing. When we talk about this, so looking at these thumbnails, look at this, turn $800 into 1 million, and then a few days later, Ethereum to 0. It really hurts. And this is the kind of thumbnails that I try to avoid. I do use them to try and get views because even now when I look at my YouTube and I look at my comments, there's a few people going, why haven't I ever seen your channel before? This is brilliant. Thanks. Means a lot. It really does. But that's a problem. I'm competing with stuff like this where I cannot get seen. And that's a problem, right? Yeah, you could probably argue, especially if it's educational content, especially if it's calming content, especially if it's content about how to take profit, how to discover trends, how to do this, that, and the other, and how to think logically through normal things. Because there's a thing called, I don't know if you've known this, but I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent now. Dunning-Kruger mentality, the psychological element of a beginner, right? It's basically called Dunning-Kruger, right? Basically, it's when everyone's knowledge goes up and then there's a massive dip. Everyone experiences that where you're like, oh, this is amazing. Over ascending market, we can make loads of money. Get all the newbies in, boom, 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 boom. They're doing well. It's a bull market. Everyone's an expert in a bull market. Remember that phrase? Yes, I say it a lot. But that's the thing. Then it'll dip off and then everyone will get wrecked. That's what happened in May. A lot of people came back. Some people have not. That is a point of YouTube, right? They will get you in. They will sell to you. They will make money off you in a certain way. And then they will basically disperse or just change their tack and whatever. They don't care. That's a problem, right? So when we start saying about this, they will toy with you because they're telling you that a coin is going to X amount, which is ridiculous, but it doesn't ever get there, and then either not in it or already taking their profit, and you're sat there like this at the bus stop. Shit, fuck, I'm balls. Makes sense, right? If you want to know about longevity, look on a website here called Social Blade. Obviously my channel, I've done 695 videos now. Have a little look. Look how long people have been doing videos for, and you can find out on this channel. Basically, you can find out. So you can see when essentially the journey started. So you can see here when I was getting views. There you go. July 2018, I was starting to pick up on here. So you can see, haven't been around that long, but that was when I first started doing a little few videos. As you can see, not many at all. Removed a few crappy videos, and then off we go. You know, this is where it all started, my journey. And you can see roughly from around here, basically April 2019 is where I started gaining traction. Because as I said, I was doing little tester videos, teasy videos, let's just see how it would work, learning my craft before no one really noticed. Some videos were actually football related as well, randomly. But you can see here how I've obviously started to grow. And then that's the thing, you can find this on any YouTuber, right? You can put in any YouTuber, you can find out how long they've been around, which kind of makes sense realistically. You know, that kind of does work in a way. But let's talk about other things to look out for. Obviously, clickbait is huge. Utilizing the words, utilizing thumbnails, all kinds of stuff. But you've also got, oh God, this guy, honestly, don't get me started. Doesn't even have a computer, he just uses his phone. It's ridiculous. Well, I say he doesn't have a computer, what's that? Well, record on the fucking thing then. But you can see, look at the caps locks, look at the emojis, look at the exclamation marks, look at the types of thumbnails. It's all designed to get you in. It's all designed to get you to ape literally into this market and basically part with your money. Other things to look out for when you look on any channel, obviously you've got links. Links that are in my link tree. Some of them are affiliate links, some of them are just normal links, whatever it may be, right? But that's the thing. A lot of these people are getting paid to just promote stuff, and that's a problem. Whether it's through a link as an affiliate or whatever, that's fine. I don't really mind that, long as they are a genuine source. But if you see something you've never, ever, ever, ever heard of, and I mean this, never heard of it, just go, ooh, that's a bit odd. Because if a big channel with a load of people who are following and utilizing and using this channel all the time, and then all of a sudden this coin comes out of absolutely nowhere, or this product comes out of nowhere, chances are they've probably been paid for it. But that's it. I want to finish now. I've rambled quite a lot. There's a lot of information there to really digest in terms of how YouTube works and why you should kind of do a little bit of research before you start watching things, because you can kind of see what, you can kind of see it. You know, the way that they're kind of driven to get you. And I'll honestly say this, I think 90% of YouTubers that you see right now will probably go.